Well, we were happy to be able to welcome the first plane load back to Florida. Had a few go to Orlando because we helped out when they were in a pinch, but this was the first big plane load. 270 people here. I think if you were watching, you saw a lot of families with young kids. So a lot of these people were in a real pinch. They had no help. They were not able to get out of Israel. And the state of Florida stepped up and answered the call. We're going to have more flights coming in. We anticipated that there could be as many as 700 to 1,000 Floridians that need it. I don't know if it's going to necessarily be that much, but we'll probably end up bringing, pretty close to that much back over the next couple days. So this just shows when there's a need. We saw our folks needed help. We, of course, have a very close relationship between Florida and Israel. A lot of our folks travel back and forth, have family, friends, so we knew this was going to be a big issue for this state. They were not getting any help with the federal government. We stepped up and filled the void. Another thing we're also going to be willing to do is, evidently the feds are dumping people in places like Greece, but they don't want to go to Greece, they want to come to the United States. So we may be dropping planes on the way back from Israel, filling up the remainder if there's people that need help when they're left in Greece. So we want to be helpful. I think everybody there was, very relieved. They were telling me how the kids were just saying, the bombs are going off, rockets are going off, and they're like, we want to go to Florida, we want to go to Florida. Well, now they're in Florida.
Governor, how many Floridians are on the flight? Do you know, sir?
I don't know off the top of my head. I mean, I would say that it was not 100% because some people maybe had family in Florida, but they live elsewhere. And then others may not have necessarily had a connection to Florida, but I don't think we were in a situation where if someone was desperate, we're all Americans, right? So we wanted to help. Well, look, I think one of the things we can do to keep the whole country safe is to stop having an open border. We've had 7 million people come illegally into this country since Biden took office. We don't know who these people are. We know they've come from over 100 different countries. They have come from Iran. They have come from Russia. They've come from China. They've come from the Middle East. And do you think that our enemies aren't going to exploit that border? So I think it's been a huge, huge security issue. We already know that there's people being sex trafficked and human trafficked. We already know about the fentanyl deaths. And I was saying even before this Israel attack that somebody that's come across that border is going to launch a terror attack at some point in this country. So we deployed resources. This is something we've always been sensitive to. But I think if you look back over the past week to 10 days, it was bracing to see in this country, before the blood of these Israeli civilians was even dried, to have people going out in communities